Hello? Hello? Yeah.
Thank you, Lakshmi, and thank you, Chandra sir. Thank you very much for inviting me to be on this panel. I wish this were year 1963 when I entered the Indian Administrative Service, so that I could have done a much better 34 years of service and then the remaining 20 years of my life with helping the voluntary sector. Still, I'm glad, even though late in my life, I have come into this program and have benefited immensely from the mindful meditation, becoming part of quantum energy and absorbing the universal energy in yourself to become a vivacious, purposeful, affectionate, responsible person. I think that is what the meditation has taught me. I used to be chair bound, but now I'm on my feet, and that's a great thing. That's what I wanted to be, but I thought I'm not so capable and I have to be sitting. But when I told myself, no, you have the energy, come on, walk, do. So now, with the COVID, my maid is not able to come. I'm able to do all the housework, which is the gift of the meditation that I have got, and I have to confess that. Earlier, I would have said, okay, let me go to somebody else's place and take their help. But today I have the confidence I can do it all myself. And that energy has come to me with the meditation. And on certain health factors, I have improved tremendously. Apart from whatever help my doctor is giving me and the medicines are giving, the determination and the manifestation, that process has helped me a lot in improving my entire body chemistry and becoming a more energetic, healthy younger person. If I may tell you a small joke, I went for my blood checkup 3-4 days ago, and we were waiting. So I just went there. The lady who has to take my sample, she looked at me, but she didn't call me. She called another person, and then another person, and third she called me in. Then when I went and sat and stretched my arm for her to take the sample, she said, "Madam, how old are you?" And I said, "I'm 82. She said, "Sorry, madam, I thought you were only 60. So I called the others who were older." I said, "Doesn't matter. You're complimenting me, and thank you very much." That's what meditation has done to me. Thank you.
Happy morning, dear friends and masters. A wonderful afternoon and evening. It feels great. The infinite ways that meditation is helping every individual. Because of one thing. Now we possess the science of spirit. We understand the science of spirit is equal to the energy, science of energy. We were only bothered about science of matter always. But now we slowly are understanding the science of energy. And so the more we understand the science of energy, the behavior of this energy, which seems to be completely different from the science of matter. In matter, everything is predictable. In energy, everything is unpredictable. Just to give an example. So predictability is linearity of thinking. And so then there is a limitation there. We think everything is going to happen one after the other, because that's how we understand it as matter means it's linear. If I have to go from point A to point B, it takes time, and I have to cover all the places in between to go there. The way to know is that if we have to give something to somebody, this is the way to go. What we don't think in the science of spirit and energy is that that thing that you want to give might be given by somebody else nearby around, on our behalf, just like that, they go and give it. We don't even know. If I have to get a promotion, then it has to be linear. I have to have these 5 years doing step A, step B, step 3, step 5, A, B, C, D, all the steps. But the science of energy is saying you don't have to necessarily do all 5 steps. It can happen. There may be another opportunity, another possibility created. So it's just going to happen like that. You don't have to do all the steps. If what you care is to get into the promotion role, it can happen by companies suddenly introducing, because the client suddenly comes and says, I need to have this. And so they need a senior person so they can create it. Science of energy is working differently, breaking the rules of science of matter. Separate, whole, limited, unlimited, linear, non-linear, quantum. There are different aspects. So if you understand, and if you summarize this, energy intelligence, as we call it spiritual intelligence, science of spirit, is something that is out there in this energy. And it's called spirit. But if you're comfortable, call it energy. And so if you understand the intelligence of the spirit, or this energy, spiritual intelligence, and then we apply it, then we would be living a different life. That's when we start saying, my life is different. So during the course of the program, we've been learning some of it. Like we say, my observation creates reality. It's not somebody else who is doing it, it is me who is doing it. It's a very powerful statement from the spiritual intellect. It's a very powerful statement. So we'll live off that particular statement from now on. Somebody else causing my reality to my observation caused my reality. Completely different. We'll understand the spiritual intelligence aspect. Some of it that we would have been hearing during the last 4 weeks, so this week we'll understand some of it, spiritual intelligence. We talk about living with intuition, called living with mind in case of matter versus living with intuition or living with your heart in case of energy. Because we know how to put our hands around it now, so it's not just becomes, yeah, we all have a gut feel, intuition, but we don't know how to develop it. But now we know how to develop it. That intuition. So if you live by spiritual intelligence as opposed to intelligence of the matter, then we have this unlimited life, because we're going after everything that is the properties of this spirit is quite different from the properties of this matter or the body. Body and spirit, matter and energy. Same words, if you will, just the alternatives. So look to understand a bit after meditation about the spiritual intelligence that we are working to ensure that every meditator possesses have this understanding. Mindfulness is merely to live in the present moment, but meditation is to understand ourselves. And then if we understood ourselves, then one aspect of that is the spiritual intelligence to live our life differently, greatly. Spiritual science is about 80 to 90% of it is the study of spiritual science is about living this life beautifully It's dealing with the current life, how to live this life beautifully. 10 to 15% is investigating the truths beyond life, what's out there. But 80 to 85% is living this life beautifully. That 90% of the suffering is just in me, the control is in me. Adithap. Adithap, Adi. Bhautikatap, Adi Daivakatap. Three things are there. Problems of suffering, of core sufferings of the body, and suffering due to this Daivikatap, suffering due to a group, suffering due to the mind, suffering of the body through others' pressures, and suffering due to group. Adithap is problems that I have and then I create and I inflict on me through my own thinking. 90%. If we change the mindset, those are gone. That's why after a 40-day program, typically many problems have gone for many people because the mindset has changed. No worry, no anxiety. The Bhautikatap is where people around are causing us challenges onto us. There is violence, there is hurt, there is interference, and so they are causing us to feel suffering. That will also go away as we increase our energy. That will also go away. The Daivikatap is happening due to very, very large causes. There's a massive killing somewhere, and so there's an opposite reaction in the form of a tsunami, in the form of this and that. So we get caught up. If we're not being very responsibly discharging our duties, then we get caught up in it. That too we avoid if we do our duties right, and then we don't play mute spectator to where we need to, then that also goes away. But there is different type of sufferings. But as we possess spiritual intelligence, then we overcome all of them. So living this life beautifully through a different set of sutras, our intellect's understanding. So let's go into meditation, dear friends. Relax yourself, sit comfortably. We're practicing Anapanasati, breath mindfulness meditation. Our goal is to empty the mind and be in the state of emptiness for as long as we can. When we observe our breath with our eyes closed, close your eyes, fingers into fingers, hands in your lap comfortably, rested, crossing your feet at ankle. That's the posture. And then with your eyes closed, observe your breath anywhere in the nose. Take a point as a reference, preferably in the middle of the eyebrows, and then observe your in-breath and the out-breath. When you observe your breath, your mind becomes empty. And as the mind is becoming empty, we experience greater emptiness, or energy, called quantum energy field. So we want to be in that state of emptiness, and then we are then experiencing this quantum field of energy, or this consciousness, or the various forms of spirit, or the soul. All that is that. We are in it, we are with it. We are placing our attention at that point in this emptiness, that intelligence. So our goal is to be empty of mind, to get rid of all unwanted thought. And at the same time, then we are placed into this field of energy of possibilities. So we are there, and then be in it for as long as we can. While we are there, thoughts come. When thoughts come, then bring your attention back to the breath, again observe, and slowly again you go into empty state and be in that state of emptiness. It is not merely being an empty. That emptiness means significantly, all the magic of meditation begins then, when you are in this empty state of mind. And so that's our goal, be in it. And then it's called breath mindfulness meditation, Anapanasati, a breath mindfulness meditation. Before you go into it, we're doing something called heart elevation process. Please follow my guidance, dear friends. Relax yourself. Sit comfortably with your eyes closed. Relax your body. Scan your body from head to toe. Dear friends, dear masters, with your eyes closed, specs removed, keep your hands on your chest area and rest your attention on your sacred heart. Can you feel your beautiful heart? Feel your heart center. The seat of all emotions. Nurturing all life with its energies of love, joy, gratitude. Recollect an experience from your life of enormous love, enormous compassion, kindness from your past, from your present, and relive that moment and elevate yourself. Relive that moment and feel that energy. more you experience that energy of love, of joy, the more coherent you become with all things and everybody. And allow yourself to radiate that energy onto every corner of this planet Earth. And slowly, let's go into breath mindfulness meditation with your fingers into fingers, hands comfortably rested in your lap. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. observe our breath, the mind becomes empty. When we observe our breath, our mind becomes empty. As our mind is becoming empty, we experience that greater emptiness, that energy. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to experience the emptiness inside of you, all around you. Allow yourself to slowly empty the mind of all thought and allow yourself to experience the emptiness inside of you, all around you. Allow yourself to experience that emptiness, that blackness, where there's no body, where there's no thing. Become aware of that emptiness spreading far and wide. That's energy. That is the quantum field of energy. Of greater intelligence. the longer you stay aware of this emptiness, that energy, the more you become of it, and the more you receive from it. Everything that you have ever experienced or will experience is here in this field. Allow yourself to merge into this energy as no body, as no thing. And allow yourself to stay connected to that emptiness, to this energy. Allow yourself to merge into this emptiness of yourself, your greater mind, that intelligence constantly paying attention to you. Everybody and everything are connected in this field of energy. The longer you stay as no one, as nobody, the more you experience everyone and everybody friends. Express gratitude. Gratitude to all things and everybody. Can you be grateful to your parents, to your teachers and mentors, to your family, your friends, your colleagues, your relatives, your partners, everybody? Give thanks to this grand nature, the bird, the fish, and the animals. Your gratitude to everything you use, the technology, the systems, the company, the governments. Gratitude to yourself and to this intelligent universe, this quantum field. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Recollect your experiences from the session, and whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you may open your eyes. Yes, Radhika madam, what's going on out there?
Hello, Chandra sir.
I see Srinivas also there. Is it Srinivas?
Oh, hi, Chandra sir.
Hi, Srinivas. We have a group.
Yes, we have a group.
I can't see you. Where is the group?
Yes, we have few people here. So they are friends. This is their second time actually doing meditation. And we have a young girl here too.
Okay. Hi. Were you able to meditate today?
How is your meditation today?
You can come this way.
Come here. Shamriya, tell about your school meditation.
Every day we do 10 minutes of meditation.
She's in middle school, and actually one of their teacher does 10 minutes of meditation before their class starts.
Oh,
That's what she did last time, yes.
okay. Every day? That's great. That's for all students.
Yes, in her class.
And a class. Okay, okay.
So when last time we did it, she said, yeah, this is similar to what my teacher does, but she only does for 10 minutes. So
Yes, you only need to do it for 10 or 15 minutes at middle school. That's great. Very good to see your group. This is every Sunday you're connecting?
We're trying every Sunday, yes.
Okay, fine. Srinivas, seems like we'll have to miss you this time.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I'm sure there are many other groups like that practicing together. It makes, of course, it is kind of convenient from West, right? At this time, which is evening for you. Beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Samantha, madam.
Yes, sir. Good morning, good evening, everyone. Yes. Myself, Namita Singh from Gurugram. I'm happy to join you all as host for this week. Thank you, Chandra sir, for giving me this opportunity. Like you, I had joined Buddhasya Quantum Foundation program, this morning program, more than 2 years back in July 2020. I was looking for calmness, only and only calmness, because the in-chatter within was so bothersome. And I grabbed this opportunity and joined within first week. When I felt the energy, that feeling was so blissful. I used to get into trance and simply didn't want to come out of that bliss. I got hooked to meditation, and since then I've been associated with the foundation. And just to spread that bliss with that intention, I started teaching. Teaching gave me the clarity of concepts and, of course, the immense amount of satisfaction that I derive out of it. I have shared my experience in the groups also, in the WhatsApp groups also. I was suffering from insomnia. I always ensured that there is another spare strip of that medicine I was taking, because I used to dread nights. I could hardly sleep for 3 to 4 hours at a stretch. And in the fourth week, end of the fourth week, I realized I could sleep without taking my medicine. Since then, I have not taken. Whenever I do get up in the middle of the night sometimes, then I meditate for 20 minutes and then I go back to sleep. But yes, no medicine for me. And there has been various benefits. I was not expecting all these benefits, kind of subtle surprises in store for me. I have heard that Dalai Lama quote that happy people build their inner world and unhappy people blame their outer world. Yes, I can certainly connect with these lines. Certainly, meditation is making me happier without any particular reason. And this inner world we can build certainly only with the help of meditation. And yes, I keep on saying, closing your eyes and observing your breath can do wonders. My medication for my headache has also come down significantly. There is less medication now. And on emotional front, now I certainly feel that my life has become smoother simply because of my approach towards things. I no longer take small things to my heart. And I no longer give explanations. That was the biggest ever surprise for me. Otherwise, I was always trying to prove my point. So this has certainly helped my husband at home front. Yes. So I can go on and on. I would just say all of you are fortunate enough to receive the guidance of Chandra sir, who is my mentor and guide, my guru, and just latch on to meditation. Things will happen, or simply you don't bother. I feel I am no longer bothered about what is going to happen. Just continue with the meditation. That's my just piece of advice if I am in that position. I'm still learning, but most importantly, I have been enjoying this phase. I regret that why meditation happened so late in my life. But as we always say, it is always better late than never. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, madam, you said Mr. Rajiv is there to
Yes.
share his experience before we talk about spiritual intelligence. But I see here Mr. Arvind raised a hand, so I want to know what's going on.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Chandra sir. I really appreciate it. It's been 30 days into almost 4 weeks into meditation. I'm much calmer. I don't know how to express myself now. Especially for last 2 days, I've been just feeling uncontrollable vibration in my left body, especially in the left leg, left part of body. I mean, just the vibrations are just uncontrollable. Even when I'm just trying to explain, I'm just feeling some kind of vibrations or movements in my left leg. Not sure what it is. Just I want to say just a thank you and just bless me.
Wonderful. We don't know what it can be. It can be huge healing. It can be making you experience this differently so that we are beyond the body sticks too strongly for us. It's important to establish that fact so strongly that we are beyond the body. It can be a deep healing that's happening out there because everything is connected. One part of healing can just fundamentally bring the whole great health and rejuvenation to body significantly everywhere. And so it could be that, whatever that is, it must be feeling good, so enjoy it.
Thank you.
All right, that's good. Where are you calling from, Mr. Arvind?
I'm from Austin, Texas.
Austin. Okay, great. We didn't meet when I came the last time, did we? I don't remember though.
No, this is I never heard about Buddha CU. I just heard a few weeks back.
Wow.
Probably. I was not aware of this organization, to be honest.
Okay, good. No. Okay, it was Rajiv there. Thank you, Mr. Arvind. Yeah. Yes, Rajiv.
Happy morning, sir. Happy
Yes,
morning.
sir.
Happy morning to everybody. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to share my experience. My name is Rajiv Raj. I'm from Bangalore. My journey into spirituality and meditation kind of started 10 years back when I met my brother, Sridhar Saraswati. And I think it was a connection. It was kind of a plan which he had to come into my life. I was very kind of an angry person, anxious, thinking about what people think about me. We always thinking negative. Why is this only happening to me? What is the purpose of my life? Why am I doing this? What is going on? What should I do? Many questions. It was like a cluster of questions always in my head. Then I started doing some various practices, various kriyas, trying my stint into spirituality, seeing that, okay, what will happen? It went all for some time, and then one day we started, my brother said, okay, let's start meditating. Let's see what happens. For about 4-5 years now, I've been meditating, and I've been meditating like 30-40 minutes only for last 3 to 4 years. It completely changed my thought process, especially in the pandemic time, where I got a lot of time for myself. I don't know how I was able to sit for so long time, and it was really a good experience. And I started seeing a lot of change inside me. Like my anger reduced, my way of thinking, thought process, looking at people reduced drastically. It also changed the thought process of people around me, how I have been with them. The people whom I used to hate kind of eliminated. I don't want to hate them anymore. It was a different viewpoint which I was getting to see inside them. As Chandra sir was telling today, like it is all about emptying your mind. For the last 6 to 7 weeks, since the time I started the manifestation course, then the Akhanda Dhyana, it has suddenly spiked. It is not linear anymore. I was expressing this to my brother, but it is no more linear. It is a spike from 30 minutes of meditation, which I used to do for 3-4 years. Now I'm doing minimum 2.5 hours to 3 hours daily. And I am completely emptying my mind. There is nothing going inside my head at all. I start when Chandra says, close your eyes, and I only open when he says, come back, or yeah, pay gratitude. That is the level of emptiness I'm feeling daily, and it is so blissful, so happy. The benefit the benefit I've gone through is the amount of chatter. Even after meditation in my daily work, I work in a software field with a lot of meetings, a lot of escalations and issues, and I distance myself. I distance myself from that and see from outside perspective, saying that, okay, this can be solved. Don't worry, it will be solved. And till the last moment, even if there's no solution, the solution arrives. That is how I have taken the power of manifestation, the power of thought. Your thoughts create your reality. That is really imprinted in my life, I should say. Even just as simple as dropping my wife to hospital. She's a doctor, and we are late. I know I'm late. This happened just last week, and she said, "No, I'm not able to make it." I said, "Calm down." I didn't say anything to her. I told myself I'll drop her exactly at 5 minutes before this, and it happened. And the Google Map showed 15-20 minutes late, but somehow it went and I dropped her 5 minutes early. So that is the power of meditation, which I feel, the power of thought process which I'm creating inside myself. And most importantly, what I wanted to share is the way I look at people, the way I meet people, the way I look at them and talk to them, that has completely changed my perspective after reading books. The recent book which I was telling Chandra sir last week, The Soul Plan, I finished it. Looking at people has completely changed. They are part of my plan, or they are part of a larger community or a group of souls who are trying to help me. I'm trying to help them. A mixture of thoughts, a mixture of people coming into life. And all the experiences which I've seen, as I'm hearing some masters here that it has come late, I feel I also sometimes regret, but I don't regret anymore that it's come late. Everything has its time, and for everything there is a time. If I had not, if I had been little more aware at that time, I would have seen somebody hurting me as an experience and let it go. I wouldn't have carried it for months, years, and many, many times. Every good experience, every good thing which has happened, every bad thing which has happened, I'm seeing today as it's as my experience. We are here for experiences, as Chandra sir said in the last session. Now I can feel completely that I'm here for experiences as much as I can gather. And thank you so much. And there's many things to talk. I would not want to take everybody's time, but this is my complete experience. I'm really grateful to my brother Shri Saraswati. I know he's been part of my soul plan, and he's also agreed to my experiences coming to my life. Thank you, Chandra sir, and all the masters here. Somewhere you all are connected to me in my plan, in my agreement, agreeing to be with me, and it really feels great. And I'm truly grateful to all the things happening to me along with all of you. Thank you so much, sir.
Wonderful. Thank you, Rajiv. We all have to learn from you how to go from half an hour to 2.5 hours. I'm jealous of you, yaar. I couldn't get there for a long time.
All because of you, sir.
Okay. Beautiful. You know, we are going to do this intense meditation program called Amrit. And that will be there sometime in November, usually a week or 2 weeks after this program ends. There'll be a 3-hour program for a week. Morning, 4 o'clock India time. So we'll do a 3-hour everyday meditation to get into the practice of longer meditations. Longer meditation means longer time with your intelligence, that unlimited, that intelligence out there. Longer time meditation means just simply that, longer time. And so then unimaginable things can happen. We can't tell, but then it's all more meditation, more good. So it's a great opportunity to participate in those, to train ourselves for these longer meditations. And we also do some special processes during that time. Thank you, Rajiv, and thank you, Sridhar. So friends, I wanted to cover a few things around intelligence, spiritual intellect, spiritual intelligence, spiritual quotient, they're all the same words. We've got 6 minutes to go. I'm going to cover in 2 days. But let me still put a slide up and see that. Greek philosopher Heraclitus quote, "No man can step into the same river twice. It's a new man and it's a new river." Because the river is changing at every moment. If you take at any point of the river, and if you are in the river, now it is changed. The understanding is that the water that you're touching at that moment is gone and something else is there with you in the next moment. Likewise, of course, our thoughts are changing constantly. So people can change. They're always changing. And so if there is a understanding from spiritual intellect, is that one understanding is that you're always meeting a new thing. We're not meeting, we're not interacting the same thing again and again. If there is one thing that we remember this thing. Your wife, your friend, your son, your daughter, your colleague, your boss, your pet, whatever that is there, that tree, that plant that is there, everything is changing. And so if we are interacting all the time with somebody new, then why bother to be biased or judged or complained about things, hold something back about them? They're new. They're a changed personality. Then previous moment it was a bud, this moment it become a flower. It can happen. So we miss the point. We don't see the flower, we see it as a bud. So spiritual intellect is to recognize that everything is changing and everything, and so that I'm looking at always from a different pair of a fresh pair of eyes. If you look from a fresh pair of eyes, that is called being in the present moment. In the present moment, then you don't carry the baggage of the past, and so you look fresh. And so then we understand the person, the thing better, differently this time. So friends, spiritual quotient, during this program we are understanding there is health improving, physical quotient. The moment health improve, then we start thinking about things that we really love to do. That's your passion. My music, my art, my travel, my community service, many of those. And to assist that, our intellect is developing, intelligence is developing. We talked about several emotions, several neurochemicals that get developed in meditation. And so then we seem to have better neural networks that are created to support everything that we want to do now in life. Our emotional intelligence is there significantly. We understood sufficiently in detail manifestation. I also said that you can take a 3-day course on this exclusively, 2 to 3 days program. By the time we finish, we will give next steps about it. Either there'll be an online program or an Udemy course for you to go through if you like to understand this manifestation in detail, to implement at a practical level. So talking about then the big circle, spiritual quotient, something that can see things differently, something then when you start seeing things differently, something that gives meaning to everything we experience. Suddenly I seem to be going down and I'm meditating, and then but suddenly something is not going right. After coming into meditation, I've seen 3 deaths have happened at home. What the hell is going on? I thought only good things will happen, but this is happening. All the time in my life, I've been having so many challenges. Now, one more challenge. But then we start seeing differently. So then this meaningful, it becomes meaningful, that every challenge comes with learning. Invariably, we said, the biggest challenge that we had in our life was the one with the best moment that happened for us. Invariably, people have said it. You know, when I look back in my life, in the year 2008, our company was, after growing into about 120 employees across Boston and India and Dubai, and we could not raise Series C funding. And so then it went down to 8 or 9 people again. It went down. We had to let go. It was a tough call as a founder to also do this. And so we were so low, so now less number of people were holding on to things. And that time was, I just didn't feel, I just felt I must leave or stop this. But later now, if I look back, that year was one of the most memorable years for me. That time when I wanted to leave, then a good sense, common sense prevailed for me, good sense prevailed. So I went and asked Patriji, whom I consider my mentor. Said, I feel like leaving and I want to leave and I want to go into full-time service. And he said, you got to wait. This is not time for you to leave. You go figure, but you got to wait. So then I decided to not leave, but then I was to hold on to it. Then I asked, anyway, in the company, 8 of us, and CEO, myself, and then other few employees. And I said, hey, anyway, we're not doing much at the company. I want to go and then spend my time in service development of Pyramid Valley. And so 3 months later, we had this intense development of Pyramid Valley happening, because that year end, we were doing an event, first ever event called international event called Global Festival of Spiritual Sciences. It was called a Global Congress of Spiritual Sciences that time. So we're inviting international masters. So we needed to bring our facility fully ready, and pyramid was not even there to it. By the way, tomorrow we'll have Sai Krupa Saga, who's the managing director of Pyramid Valley, coming in and talking about Valley and the whole place, the mystical place, the Shambhala. We're going to talk about it and some concepts of pyramid energy. So I had this greatest opportunity to spend time fully working towards the development of this beautiful energetic place. And so one of the reasons why I feel so calm, I feel so, what should I say, that my life is meaningful is because my time spent at Pyramid Valley in developing it. There isn't anything that gives me more joy than every year seeing hundreds of thousands of people benefiting through this center that you contributed. And so the thing is that I did maximum work. I took 3 months, I took 45 days break, and then another 45 days of maximum time during hours of work hours, because we were, of course, the founders and employees there. And then be able to do with the flexibility, able to contribute and develop it to the glory that it is there today. A lot of work that has happened that time contribute to what the center is today. And so what would have been the worst time where I would have left my company job and then I had to let go of a lot of people in the company. Lowest point would also happen to be the best point. That's the time that a lot of evolution for me happened too. A shift happened. So we start seeing things differently. When you possess spiritual intelligence, we start seeing things differently. And we find deeper meaning in everything, and every adversity, we find meaning. So spiritual intelligence is in 5 statements. Everyone is inside me. That means I'm not separate from anybody else. Everyone is inside me. The second thing it's saying is I've got unlimited potential with me. First of all, it's saying we're all connected, everyone inside me. Second is unlimited potential inside me. Third is that I'm creating my reality by myself. Fourth is that there is enough for everybody, abundance. Fifth is that there is some higher intelligence helping me. 5 things. When we understand these 5 statements, we call spiritual scientific temperament. And we apply these in our business, in our workplace, in our community, and of course in our family, in our own life. Then we are totally free from any suffering. Then we are experiencing life to the unlimited. 2 things. We're totally free from any suffering. We experience life to the unlimited. And we understand this from quantum physics perspective. There is this support from quantum physics explaining all of these statements based on what we have been learning during this week, during the last 4 weeks. So I'm going to put all of this together and say this is a new way of thinking. And whatever we do must be guided around these statements. And so then the competition drops, the difference of opinion must exist but not lead to conflict and many things. So we'll go through them on Wednesday. Thank you very much for joining. Namita Madam, you said some announcements are there?
Yes, sir. Yes, dear friends and masters, self-assessment survey 2 was sent to you previous week. Kindly fill in the survey if you haven't. It's a perfect tool to gauge your progress. So it is important. And now there is an announcement regarding the book club on Monday. Book is Mind to Matter by Dawson Church, The Astonishing Science of How Your Brain Creates Material Reality. I love using quotes, and his quote is, think deliberately, use this remarkable gift of consciousness to direct your thoughts rather than being pushed around by reality. Please do join in. We have morning session as well as evening session. Morning session will start from 8:15 a.m. IST. So have a quick breakfast after the session and do join in. And those who are not able to join the morning session can join in the evening session. And of course, you are more than welcome to join both the sessions because it will have different facilities. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, friends. So we'll see you all tomorrow at 6 a.m. India time again. Thank you. 2 minutes of beautiful music.
Peace within me. Peace surrounding me. Peace from me. By thy grace, let there be peace. By thy grace, let there be peace. By thy grace, let there be peace within me. Peace surrounding me. Peace from me. By thy grace, let there be peace. By thy grace, let there be peace. By thy grace, let there be.
Okay. Who is the book club facilitator for this morning?
Yes, sir.
Is anybody here from that?
Yes, sir.
Who is that? I missed the name.
Srinivas Ankareddy, sir, and Nagapradeep.
Is either of them here to share a few things from what they're going to share today? Have you done this book, Point to Matter, Ratanavel?
Yes, sir. Yes, I have done this.
Share something from it.
Right. So this book is really a nice book in such a way where the author Dawson just talks about, like, with scientific evidence, a lot of research and studies he has shown it. I was really not aware about the distance healing, especially the distance healing. I was not much was not familiar with that or not believed as well. But there was a study also, he actually practically explained how the distance healing happened, it how with scientific evidence he proved it, wherein they infected the rat with some kind of cancer disease, and then they in fact started doing a healing process, just sending the positive vibes inside that building and a little bit outside the location itself. And they could able to see that rat gets healed, and usually that rat hair will fall down and it will die, and not more than in 23 days, something like that. But that was after 23 days or 24 days, it starts getting growing back, the hair growing back, and the healing started, and that was an amazing evidence. So the distance healing he talked about, and he talked about how that energy medicine. So that is the only one magic pill that can heal any disease in this world. That is what the meditation, that's what he talks about. And he goes through the various, whatever we discuss in that our class, where the waves, brain waves, and how that brain waves with alpha, beta, and everything. He scans, he puts a scan of that images, and why it's not just that the bliss state. It's not just only for the yogis or something. Even a normal person like us actually can get through those bliss states, and with through meditation. And he explains put everything in the research way, and that is what I really love, and that given me that yes. And we all go through the synchronicities. We think something or we get that, but how that actually happens, why that synchronicity happens, that also he explained it very scientifically. So it is really wonderful book, and which gives a great. It is backed by that. It's not meditation. It's not just mystical stuff. It is very scientifically. He explained everything with the real case studies, proof, and that convinces our scientific temperament mind. Yes.
Thank you, Ratnavel. All science. This book is the most scientifically written book that I say that I've come across in spirituality. Explaining practical aspects through science. Easy to write science but not understand anything, but this is just so beautifully written by Dawson Church. Ratnavel, one thing I don't like in these books, and then I don't think we should be quoting, is the experiments with rats and live things. I want to avoid that. We will take up experiments that are happening on people who are patients, fine, right? But good thing they go on and do it. I'm sure hopefully the science will evolve to a point where they don't put these animals into a lot of trouble. Okay. So as much as possible, we can avoid looking into that aspects. Like anything we do, we take the good stuff from every book and we leave out things that are not that great, right? But yes, distance healing. Even they talked about some experiments on what is that radioactive decay can be stopped by the people remotely thinking about them. There's such experiments, right, in it?
We have Sridhar Saraswati sir and Vidyama both are also the facilitators.
Yes, Sridhar.
So basically, I would say this book is useful for the people who question us, saying that just by closing your eyes and then doing meditation, what is the benefit you get? And it explains so beautifully scientifically that what happens with our energy can be seen and can be experienced in a scientific manner. In the sense, everybody has got some kind of energy. They call it as EMF, electromagnetic field. So how that EMF influences your environment, how it influences within you, and how can you enhance that EMF, the energy inside you. And he explains about local mind and then the universal mind, the connection between yourself and then the universal mind, how it happens. By using that connection, how you can heal or how you can influence the total environment around yourself. So that's a beautiful thing. And then as Ratnavel was mentioning, in one chapter, that is today's chapter, he explains about how each and every organ or each and every part of our body gets regenerated. So our heart gets regenerated at least 3 times in a lifetime. And our liver gets regenerated within 40 days. Our skin gets regenerated within 3 weeks. And these are the things which we know. Once you know that this is what is happening, and with whatever cells which are generating a new generation of the cells, if that can be with our happy energy instead of being depressed energy, so you can heal yourself. That's a very, very eye-opener for me, in the sense, we don't know that we get regenerated. As you said, no man can cross the same river again. Is exactly the same thing what he tries to explain scientifically on our body itself. So for the people who believe that my father has got it, I am getting it, and then my son will get it, and all that hierarchical kind of diseases, it's an eye opener for them that nothing is constant there. You can change your life, you can change your body, you can change your health for good. And that's the beauty of this book, if I take the essence of it. And you carry your signature of the energy, and that can make difference with other people also. That's what is very exciting about the book.
Wonderful. We are changing in the body all the time. And so then when we change your state of being, so then you inject new information into your cells, so they get newly programmed. That is the basis for all health with meditation. One side, you remove all unwanted thoughts, so there is no such thing that is going in. Old beliefs are gone with meditation. Another side is important. We program ourselves with the newer beliefs, newer, more expansive, more constructive science or constructive intelligence. And so then they carry that thing. So that is two-step process, right? So that's what we are doing. That's what our cells are newly reprogrammed, because regenerating, they give us an ability to reprogram them easily. Thank you, Sridhar, for bringing that point up. Thank you. Yes, Vidya madam, anything to add? Another beautiful book club facilitator. Yes.
Yes, sir. Good morning, everyone. So this Mind to Matter book is a very wonderful book. Actually, it very clearly says some things can become matter, some things cannot become a matter. So there is a wide gap between these two, and this book analyzes that particular gap of it. And moreover, it tells how just by tapping that EFT method, which Dawson Search has actually formulated. So with this, how you can ease out your emotions in a quick manner. And also he talks about the eco meditation. From eco meditation, many people have healed their diseases and come out of it. And he beautifully tells how the water actually reacts to the water molecules actually reacts to the emotions what we have it. So whether we like the water or whether we say it is energizing the water or we love the water, how the water molecules structure changes as per the emotion. This is what the beautiful thing that book, I think I learned it, sir. And also it tells about that brain waves. So those brain waves, how it changes our cell molecules and also our emotions. So beautifully the relation has been brought.
Thank you, madam. Our meditation is healing thousands of people. So like anything, we take up what is relevant and we leave what is not relevant from every book. It must be that way, right? And if you look at eco meditation, we drop certain parts that are not necessary, and then we do many parts that are necessary. The heart elevation, then going to the empty space around, but then we do much more through Anapanasati. And expressing gratitude and some of those components, right? And I believe why Patriji is successful by simplifying it is because Anapanasati is then simple, so it can reach out to more and more people. What is simple can be practiced by many, right? What is complex can be practiced by less. So it's like that. So we take some parts, we don't take other parts of this book. Like I'm just telling now, we'd avoid quoting experiments and life forms as much. If somebody is a patient, they're giving their consent to get experimented on, it's great, right? So it's like that. But I like what one specific point you said. The gap of some things become matter, some things don't, and then it takes time for them to become matter. So why does it happen? I think it's in a beautiful way this book is analyzing it. And analyzing why does some things take time and why not some. It's a good way to look at this. Thank you. Any other book facilitator here? Oh, great. Everybody has read these books and then everyone has remembered these points. But we all have different viewpoints, right? We look at it in different angles. Any participant, anybody here who has an experience with Mind to Matter book or something else? Okay, friends. Ramesh.
Yes, sir.
So you went through a major, you went to the Niagara Falls recently.
Right.
So tell us, what is it like visiting Niagara Falls before meditation and after meditation?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So before meditation, after meditation, so we had a 4 days very short trip, but we covered New York, Washington DC, Philadelphia, and Niagara. The first thing, whenever we get time, so we meditate, and after we came back, we did not think that we were like 4 days continuous journey. We all very fresh mind, and each and every place where we visit, we enjoy that location. So before meditation, we used to go to the spot and just take the pictures, and we came back. So just we make a checklist and we just tick it out. But after meditation, so each and every spot where we visited, we enjoyed there, being in mindfulness completely. At Niagara Falls, all the locations from the top and down. So when we visited there, we feel that energy. So a lot of energy, and like we sat for a few minutes, like we closed our eyes, and we feel that complete bliss, and we enjoyed the fall. So before meditation, it was like different experience, but so this tour, like 4 days tour, we enjoyed completely, and we did not feel we tired or anything. The whole family, and we came back after that 4 days. Continuously, we were visiting all the places, but we didn't feel tired. So we enjoyed that each and every location in the tour.
Were you more
So,
explorative at Niagara? Were you more explorative? Were you more risk-taking? Were you going more and more close to water than before?
yes. So on the top, from the top on Niagara Falls, so we spent more time there. It was a like complete mist, and so we enjoyed. People were going out, but little cold. So we enjoyed most. We spent more time from the top view. So the bliss and the completely, it was in different world, and we enjoyed each and every moment, and completely we are in that blissful. Definitely, we see that even, and I felt like energies when we close the eyes completely. I feel some, great energies coming in. So before meditation, it was completely different, but I really enjoyed.
Okay. That's great. That's great. More energetic. We don't feel that we're doing extensive things. And you say you're meditating more in every place, then you're more mindful, you're more explorative. What otherwise you think before, oh, I'm getting wet, let me go inside. Now you say, hey, I've come here to get wet. Let me go in and do that. Right. Yes.
Yeah. Last time I mentioned we went to uphill driving last visit. So we drove around 2,000 miles for Yellowstone trip, and whenever we tired, we just stop the car and do meditation for 10 minutes, like what we get the gas and fuel to the car, and the same thing, like we do meditation and get energy and again drive. So that's really after meditation, I started doing all these things, But now, if I drive 1,000 miles or 2,000 miles, I don't feel any, stress or tiredness. So the meditation is a great tool for me now to use, refill my gas for me. That is energy.
Wonderful. That's great. You have a powerful charger with you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Mr. Charles Mitchell, you two are there at Niagara Falls. Wow.
Gone there yesterday morning and came back today around 4 o'clock. So we spent the evening going the boat. It was so windy and totally got wet there inside. And today we went on the top and saw the falls from the top and then came back home today.
First time?
No, last we had gone almost about 30 years back. That was from the Canada side. This time we had gone from the American side.
Okay, cool. Yes.
So
That is
that, and yesterday I missed my class yesterday because of that. But morning I meditated, and yesterday morning and today morning also there itself I meditated.
Sure. Niagara Falls blew me out when I went there. When I went there post meditation, if I have to say one thing, that is, yes, makes you find your place as a drop in the ocean, right? And I felt that in Niagara Falls. When I saw this huge volume of water coming onto you, especially you go down to this American side, that Horseshoe Falls or whatever that area we go.
Yeah, that's right.
And be in the water, then it is just this whole thing is coming onto you like this. And it's an incredible feeling that in that moment, I became minuscule. That what are we with this whole nature? What are we? Right? We may have a yes, sir. Yeah, it's like that. If anybody is visiting US, must visit, go to Niagara Falls, must have a plan to go there and explore it in all angles, get close to the water, feel it. Yes.
Yesterday it was so windy. It was so windy that the mist was so much that we couldn't see the exact fall. The sidewise, of course, the American side fall we could see. But the horseshoe area, that was totally mist.
You must go there though. Figure out a way to go. Anyway,
enjoy it there.
Wonderful. Okay, friends. Thank you very much. We'll see you all at 6 tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Every cell in my body, every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. Joy fills every cell in my body, every cell